Born Princess Patricia of Connaught, the youngest daughter of the Duke and Duchess of Connaught and the granddaughter of Queen Victoria, she accompanied her parents when they were appointed Governor-General and Viceroyal Consort of Canada in 1911. Her only brother was Prince Arthur of Connaught, and her elder sister became Crown Princess Margaret of Sweden. Through her, she is the great-aunt of King Carl XVI Gustav of Sweden, Queen Margrethe II of Denmark, and Queen Anne-Marie of Greece. During World War I, the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry was named in her honor, and she served as its colonel-in-chief until her death in 1974. In 1919, Princess Patricia married the Honourable Alexander Ramsay, the third son of the 13th Earl of Dalhousie. She voluntarily relinquished her titles and styles and became known as Lady Patricia Ramsay. Nevertheless, she remained a member of the British royal family and continued to undertake official duties and attend royal events. Sir Alexander and Lady Patricia had one son, Alexander Ramsay of Mar, who married the 21st Lady Saltown. She outlived 6 reigns, her grandmother, uncle, cousin, 2 second cousins, and a second cousin once removed, and maintained close ties with her Scandinavian nieces and nephews. Now, let us turn to a remarkable collection of jewels, starting with the diamond tiara. This diamond tiara, featuring diamond embellishment set on a diamond base, was evidently worn by Lady Patricia at events following her marriage in 1919. Despite its antique design, it does not appear to be a Connaught or Ramsay family heirloom. Notably, Lady Patricia wore the tiara at her niece, Princess Ingrid of Sweden's wedding ball to Crown Prince Frederick of Denmark in 1935. She frequently donned the tiara at various events. The last recorded occasion she wore it was in 1960 at a banquet hosted by King Frederick IX and Queen Ingrid to celebrate their silver wedding anniversary. As this tiara was not included in Lady Patricia's jewellery auction, it is presumed to still be with her daughter-in-law, Lady Saltown, and her grandchildren. Lady Patricia owned the honeysuckle tiara of Princess Helena Victoria. This Victorian tiara, featuring 18 graduated bands and scrolls transitioning into honeysuckle motifs, was likely created for Princess Helena of Schleswig-Holstein, the third daughter of Queen Victoria, though there are no photographs of her wearing this piece. The tiara first appeared on Princess Helena Victoria, daughter of Princess Helena, who probably inherited it from her mother in 1923. In 1917, Princess Helena, who remained unmarried, dropped Schleswig-Holstein from her title, becoming Princess Helena Victoria without territorial designation. She wore the tiara at the coronation of King George VI in 1937 and in an official portrait. Following her death in 1948, the honeysuckle tiara passed to her younger sister, Princess Marie-Louise. Princess Marie-Louise was the most vivid granddaughter of Queen Victoria. Tragically married to Prince Aribert of Connaught in 1891, her marriage was annulled by her father-in-law in 1900 while she was on an official tour of Canada. Also dropping Schleswig-Holstein from her title, Princess Marie-Louise devoted herself to philanthropy and patronage, encouraging her cousin, Queen Mary, to commission the famous Doll's House. At the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953, she carried a gin and tonic supply and waved from a carriage window in the rain. Princess Marie-Louise wore her mother's honeysuckle tiara at an event in the 1950s and in a series of portraits by Cecil Beaton. When she passed away in 1956, she bequeathed the honeysuckle tiara to her cousin, Lady Patricia Ramsay. Lady Patricia wore the honeysuckle tiara at several events in the 1950s and 60s, including at her goddaughter Princess Margrethe of Denmark's 18th birthday celebration in 1958. After Lady Patricia's death in 1974, some of her jewels were sold by her son at a Christie's auction. Among these treasures was the honeysuckle tiara of Princess Helena Victoria, which was sold for £12,000 on May 15, 1974. Another notable piece was the diamond Jubilee necklace of Queen Victoria. Crafted by Carrington & Co. in 1897, this long diamond chain with a clasp shaped like an imperial crown and inscribed with the dates 1837 and 1897 was a gift for the Diamond Jubilee from the Duke and Duchess of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, the Duke and Duchess of Connaught, presented in a case inscribed, "In memory of the Diamond Jubilee 1837 to 1897 by Alfred and Maria, Arthur and Louise, Margaret, Helena and Christian, Louis and Lorne, Beatrice and Helena." Queen Victoria wore the necklace during her visit to the City of London and at the Thanksgiving service near St. Paul's Cathedral. The necklace was notably worn by Queen Alexandra at the wedding of her granddaughter, Princess Alexandra, Duchess of Fife, in 1913, paired with her Maltese circlet tiara. Queen Alexandra passed the necklace to her daughter, Princess Louise, Duchess of Fife, who later gave it back to Princess Alexandra. In the early 1920s, around the time when her husband was appointed Governor-General of South Africa, the Duchess of Fife had the diamond Jubilee necklace shortened and combined with 4 bracelets made from the remaining parts, creating a new version for an official portrait, and also wore it at a ball in 1926. Since her only son tragically predeceased her, the Duchess's heirs were her 2 nephews, but the diamond Jubilee necklace passed to her cousin and daughter-in-law, Lady Patricia Ramsay. It was sold for £12,480 at Lady Patricia's Jewellery auction in 1974 at Sotheby's. Its current whereabouts remain unknown. Another remarkable piece was the Connaught diamond bow brooch. This exquisite brooch, adorned with large diamonds set in a sharp-edged frame, was first seen on the Duchess of Connaught, née Princess Louise Margaret of Prussia, who notably wore the piece in a series of portraits during the 1880s. Following her death in 1917, the brooch was inherited by her younger daughter, Princess Patricia. Princess Patricia, who became Lady Patricia after her marriage, wore the Connaught bow brooch alongside a diamond tiara at the wedding ball of her niece, Princess Ingrid of Sweden, and Crown Prince Frederick of Denmark in 1935. The Connaught bow brooch was also featured at the coronation of King George VI and Queen Elizabeth at Westminster Abbey in 1937. Lady Patricia further showcased the brooch at the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in Westminster Abbey in 1953, pairing it with her diamond tiara. After Lady Patricia's death, the Connaught bow brooch was among the 74 lots sold at the significant jewellery auction held by Christie's on May 15, 1974. Alongside the Honeysuckle tiara, the Queen Victoria diamond Jubilee necklace, and the Duchess of Connaught's diamond necklace, it was sold for £8,500. The brooch has not been displayed publicly since. Another brooch owned by Lady Patricia was the Connaught pearl brooch. This stunning piece, featuring 3 large pearls set in a diamond frame, was first seen on the Duchess of Connaught, Princess Louise Margaret of Prussia. The brooch was notably worn by her in a family portrait from the 1880s and also at the official opening of the South African Parliament in 1910. Following the Duchess's death in 1917, the brooch was inherited by her younger daughter, Princess Patricia. Princess Patricia wore the Connaught pearl brooch at her wedding to the Honourable Alexander Ramsay in 1919, entering Westminster Abbey as a princess and leaving as Lady Patricia. In 1958, she gifted the Connaught pearl brooch to her grandniece and goddaughter, Crown Princess Margrethe of Denmark, on her 18th birthday. The brooch was initially paired with the Alexandrine drop tiara and has been a cherished piece in Queen Margrethe's collection since her ascension to the throne in 1972. Over 60 years after its gift, the brooch remains a favourite of Queen Margrethe and is expected to continue gracing her wardrobe for many years to come. Equally noteworthy is Lady Patricia's Art Deco diamond brooch. This exquisite brooch features a pear-shaped diamond within a geometric Art Deco design. While its origins are not well documented, it is believed that Lady Patricia acquired it around 1919, possibly as a wedding gift. The brooch first appeared publicly at the wedding of Lady Diana Manners and Sir Duff Cooper. The brooch was seen pinned to a hat during a series of portraits for Tatler magazine in 1928, where it was captured alongside her son, Alexander Ramsay. Several years later, Lady Patricia was photographed wearing the Art Deco diamond brooch on a hat. After Lady Patricia's death, the brooch was inherited by her only son, Alexander, and his wife, Lady Saltown. It was later included in the 74 lot sold at the Christie's auction on May 15, 1974. Which of these exquisite pieces do you find most captivating? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more intriguing updates and stories.